Hello everyone, I hope you're having an excellent day because I have an excellent video planned for you. Is anyone else sick of people trying to sell you things on TikTok? I used to sing praise from the rooftops of the TikTok algorithm at how good it was at showing me exactly what I wanted to see, almost to a fault. But slowly over time, I feel like my For You page has slowly turned into only about 30% content I actually want to see. The other 70% is a political live I don't want to watch, an exposed video about an influencer that I've never heard of before, a sponsored post pretending not to be a sponsored post, or someone promoting something on the TikTok shop. Look, if someone's just doing this every once in a while and it's for a product they actually use or for a product they actually made, wrote, or designed, I'm all for it. The problem is there are people with literal pages just dedicated to selling items on the TikTok shop. The worst part is I've fallen for it. I've bought multiple things from the TikTok shop. My experience hasn't been terrible, but I feel like that's because I'm at least a little picky when it comes to the things that I'm buying. And before I get into the ghouls and goblins, I just want to give a little bit of an explanation of how the TikTok shop works, just for context for this video. Almost anyone can make a TikTok shop with items they want to sell. When someone chooses to sell an item on TikTok, it benefits them because they have a place to actually sell the item, and it benefits TikTok because TikTok gets some of the profits that the person makes from selling the product. On top of that, other creators can choose to make videos about some products that they aren't actually selling, but will make commission if a buyer uses their link on their video. Make sense? Good. One of the things I see the most that doesn't do a ton of harm but still annoys me is this supposed 4K digital plastic piece of crap camera. Now, I don't have proof that this camera sucks. However, I do have a functioning brain and a video audio communications degree from a community college that tells me a $50 camera is not going to be very good. I'm sure it works fine, but I can also tell you that the $1,000 camera that you're probably watching this video on works a lot better. I don't have any issues with someone wanting to get into photography or video and wants to get an actual camera. The problem is, this isn't an actual camera. This gives you about as much functionality as one of those VTech cameras that they make for 6-year-olds. But why get a Nikon or a Canon when you can get a Melcam? Did you hear? The JPEG quality is normal, and the aspect ratio is 3. This camera isn't going to help you learn things like shutter speed, aperture, ISO. If anything, it'll just help teach you composition, which your phone can also do. I know spending money is hard, but if learning to take photos manually on a DSLR is something that you're confident you want to actually learn, then just save up a few $100s and buy a used DSLR. Until then, I promise you, you are better off just using your phone. Or just buy one of those digital cameras that's probably rotting on the shelf of your local Target. Another type of TikTok shop ad I see is someone dressed as a medical professional sitting in their car. Now, I don't explicitly call them health professionals because honestly, I have no idea. And the thing that bugs me the most about these is that you'd think someone in the medical field would be willing more to help you than to make money for themselves. The thing I've been seeing nonstop on my FYP is these goalie ashwagandha gummies. The way people try to sell you these is basically calling you fat and ugly and telling you that these will fix that, which in my experience, if something usually seems too good to be true, then it is. Okay, editor's note, this is kind of weird, but this guy is the first person I saw doing this, and his video got 10 million views, and he gained, as you can see from these screenshots, 20,000 followers from it, but I went to his page to go pull the videos and they're gone. So I had the screenshot, thankfully. I don't know if he realized what he was doing was shitty. If he is an actual doctor and he got in trouble, I have no idea. But as you can see from these screenshots, he's clearly deleted all the videos where he's dressed as a doctor talking about these gummies. So after doing some research, I did find that there are studies to show that ashwagandha can lower stress and lower cortisol levels, and high cortisol levels can cause weight gain. The problem is they aren't going to work the same for everyone. As with any drug or supplement, there can be side effects. I mean, just look at the suggested searches on Google when you type in can ashwagandha. And I'm always going to be a little suspicious when a product claims to be able to help me sleep better, but also help me stay awake. Smaller complexities like nausea and drowsiness might be enough to turn someone away, but some studies even showed adverse effects on liver and thyroid function, with experts also advising against the use of ashwagandha while pregnant, quote, because it might have the potential to cause spontaneous abortion. And a lot of the positive effects that these snake oil salesmen like to peddle are also things that, if I had to venture to guess, as I've never actually been pregnant myself, are things that sound pretty appealing to pregnant women, like lower stress and weight loss. And while there hasn't been much research of the long-term effects, it could be little to nothing. Maybe it could also kill you, and maybe that's a little extreme, but then again, ask the pregnant women that tried it. Is this anything people on TikTok tell you? Of course not. They only care about the most people clicking on the link as possible. So while I'm not saying don't take these, I am saying do your own research and take them with caution like anything. Results are even different between brands offering ashwagandha as a supplement, with many comments I've seen on Reddit and such saying that Goli, the brand that most of these people on TikTok are pushing, is on the lower side of the spectrum. But hey, what does Reddit know? I definitely flip between saying ashwagandha and ashwagandha in that part, didn't I? Ashwagandha.
Hey everyone, I'm a guy sitting in my car dressed as a doctor, so that means you can trust me. Are you sad all the time? Are you ugly? Are you an alcoholic maybe even? Do you hate your life? Are you like bored all the time? Are you looking for just some excitement in your life? Are you ugly? That subscribe button down below, you can hit that and it's completely free. Trust me, I'm a doctor. This is a stethoscope and I know how to use it. All of your problems will go away. You see this? I don't even know what this is. Honestly, like, what even is this? Have you ever actually seen a doctor wearing this? This stethoscope, this is real. This is made out of real materials. I'm a general medicine doctor.
Another thing I've seen is people selling various items related to Palestine, like keffiyehs, jerseys, etc. Now, let me make this clear. I don't have any problems with someone supporting Palestine or supporting small businesses that come from Palestine or trying to raise money to donate to relief in Gaza. The problem is, I don't always know that that's actually where my money is going. Many of the videos say that the product is coming from a Palestinian-owned business, which could be true and most likely is the case, but I also wouldn't put it past some people to, just be lying. So like anything else, do your research. Go to the business name on the information page of the TikTok shop. Like this one is owned by a Middle Eastern student association at Indiana University with a website and an Instagram account where you can read about the stuff that they've done to help. Things like that just make these somewhat random appearing shops more credible and can make you feel a little bit better about the fact that your money is actually going to a good cause. The other thing that bothers me, now pay attention, because it's kind of hard to miss, so you've really got to squint. The little creator earns commission tag on some of these. Personally, I think it would be a little messed up to make a video telling people to buy some of these products while making commission on the product, but then also not donating that commission you made to charity. Some people explicitly say that the money they make from commission they're donating, which is good, and I would expect that that's what they're doing. Some people don't say anything, which they could, but it makes me a little less confident that they are, especially when I comment and ask if they're donating commission they make and they reply with cryptic answers. I've been donating to various organizations and GoFundMes. Like, she didn't explicitly say that she wasn't, but she also didn't say that she was. Listen, I'm not trying to start a grand conspiracy here. Maybe I'm just trying way too hard to read between the lines. I'm just saying people have done a lot worse than exploiting genocide for their own personal gain. You know, saying that out loud does sound pretty bad, actually. Continuing with the theme of exploiting terrible things for personal gain, have you ever seen one of these hoodies? Stay Another Day is a brand that sells clothing and various other items that was created to help promote mental health awareness and donate some of the proceeds to the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Sorry, I usually like to look like I'm thinking of this all off the top of my head, but I am reading off my phone. I just like to look at some parts to make sure I'm getting the names right. And that's amazing. Mental health is super important, just as important as physical health. There shouldn't be any hesitation to consider seeing a therapist or a psychiatrist if you think that that's what you need personally. Which is why this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. I'm kidding, it's not sponsored. Please don't use BetterHelp. And just to be fully transparent here, anxiety is something that I've struggled with, and I do take medication for it. Hey girl, you depressed? Just try some Prozac. Oh, that was my Tinder bio for a while. Okay, moving on. There's one TikTok that I saw that I'm not going to be showing just for the reasons that I am going to be talking about. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. But I'm hoping if you're still watching at this point that you hopefully believe me a little bit. In the TikTok that I saw, someone is crying with a Stay Another Day hoodie, saying that the brand and the hoodie means a lot to them because they have personally lost someone to suicide, which is not the problem that I have, obviously. See, if you zoom out the lens a little bit and look at some of the context, it is a little strange. This person goes from crying with the hoodie to almost in the flip of a switch going into salesperson mode, being like, oh, it comes in sweatshirts, t-shirts, it's not baggy though, so if you like baggy, make sure you size up, which then of course makes it a little hard to ignore the creator earns commission badge at the bottom of the video. And then even more so, you go to their page where, I'm not exaggerating, every single other video is them trying to sell you something from the TikTok shop. So like I said before, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt. They probably just weren't thinking about it. Maybe they're just used to going into sales mode because that's what they do for every other video. But at the end of the day, I don't know. And I just wanted to mention it here because it did just kind of rub me the wrong way. Which brings me to the long-awaited conclusion of this video. The TikTok shop can be really annoying. Obviously, the premise is great. Being able to promote your small business that you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into, giving people an easy way to purchase your products without having to go through any external websites, being able to gain organic views and purchases through TikTok's algorithm. I'm sure it's worked out great for a lot of people. On the flip side, you have exactly what I've talked about today, people doing the absolute bare minimum, selling cheaply made garbage. And yeah, I think some of these people fully believe they're actually selling something with these videos they make. They probably imagine they're a car salesman that just sold a single mom a brand new 2025 Toyota Sienna hybrid. Like, yeah, she had to open up her third credit card, but hey, at least it's got a refrigerator. Honestly, it's almost as bad as when people used to lip sync to movies and caption it #acting. I was originally going to put this in the description, but then I remembered that most people probably don't even like to read, so that's why I'm just sticking it in at the end here. I'm not trying to directly accuse anybody that I used in this video as an example of anything indubitably nefarious. I kind of just wanted to point out my experience as a casual TikTok user that has done some research into some of the products that I came across. This video is by no means an entire video essay expose on like the deep dark secrets that lurk in the TikTok shop. I just know that a lot of the things that these creators are pushing are tempting to buy, but that's literally like their entire goal. And that's the real thing to take away from this, is that some people will do anything to make any money. So basically just don't take everything you see at face value. Sometimes all you need to do is a quick Google search and it will save you the regret you will feel of buying a useless product or giving your money to someone who simply doesn't care about you or your financial well-being. So no specific hate to anyone that I used in this video as an example, except for this guy that said ashwagandha can help you grow down there, because it didn't work.